to the Living TV. This is another day and a wonderful edition of Issues of the Moment. And I'm sure you are going to enjoy it because I have your professionals who you've always enjoyed listening to. They are back here in the studio. From my far left, I have Barrister Chukwemeka Mwago. Barrister Chukwemeka Mwago is a security consultant and a practicing lawyer here in Enyimba City. Above all, he is a public affairs analyst. Barrister, welcome to the program.
Thank you, moderator, and good day, viewers.
And I have Comrade Nnamdi Lekwaji. Comrade Nnamdi Lekwaji is a political affairs analyst and also a public affairs analyst. And Comrade Lekwaji is a historian. Comrade, welcome to this program.
Thank you for having me join you, and thank you for also recognizing me as a historian.
All right, today we're going to go into sundry issues as it concerns the Jagaban, the city boy of Lagos, the presidential candidate of APC. But for obvious reasons, in as much as we are still going to take some issues on that, but the issue of the drug issue, we are not going to take it today for obvious reasons. Although on public demand, we've had some of our listeners writing in and viewers writing in asking us to say something about that. But because of the recent MPC sledgehammer on a particular station, we are not going to do that. And then somebody also wrote in to ask about the $460,000, what it was for. And then we are not going to take that. We are going to basically look at two major issues. Still on the comments of President of the incoming, do I say incoming? The APC presidential candidate, but if I should borrow council's word, but, and then the no pay, no work, no pay issue of the federal government concerning the ASU. These are two things we are going to look at. For today, the presidential candidate of APC, Bola Ahmed Tinibu, on Wednesday said those criticizing him over his choice of Kashim Shettima as his running mate approached him to be his running mate, and he refused. And he said they did so many things, both Christians and so on, and that his refusal is what has caused all these criticisms, not because they found anything wrong. We are going to take that. After that, we go on about 5 other points he mentioned and that we are going to look at. Council, let me start with you. He said the criticism concerning him, he has accepted the fact that yes, he's openly being criticized. But it's just because most of them who are doing this are his close friends who approached him to be his running mate and he refused. And that is why they are criticizing him.
I am certainly not a friend of the bat. Neither am I close to him. I am very critical of his choice. So it becomes neither here nor there for him to say that those criticizing him are his close friends that approached him and he refused. He's just being economical with the truth. I think that he himself, deep within down him, he knows that he made a wrong choice. But typical of him, he doesn't like admitting the truth. There is nothing right about the Muslim ticket, especially given everything taken together in the present day Nigeria. Probably in the past it may have worked at a point in time in history. Thank God we have my good friend and brother here, Comrade, who is a historian. I know they have the Abiola and who else?
Go on.
Sorry?
Abiola and Babagana Kingibe.
Yes, his running mate, the Muslim ticket. The truth of the matter is that the average northern Muslim does not, view a southern Muslim as a serious Muslim. That has been the problem. If Kashim Shettima had been the candidate, he certainly would not have chosen Bola Ahmed Tinibu. That's how he got BAT. He would not have chosen the BAT as his running mate. So let's be realistic. Tinibu chose Shettima so as to draw support from the core northern Muslims. If the roles had been reversed, certainly he would not have. So he's being economical with the truth for saying that people approached him. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with people aspiring, especially Christians. Once a Muslim emerged as the flag bearer, naturally, and I mean he's a Muslim from the south, naturally Christians from the north would begin to believe that it should swing in their favor. The running mate should swing in that. There is nothing wrong with that. If he now fails to do it, then we see it as wrong, and I will continue to criticize that choice any day. He's not my friend.
Okay, comrade.
Yeah.
You had
Yes.
what the BAT said.
Yes, I think it was a fallout of his meeting with CAN, that's Christian Association of Nigeria.
Yes.
Where we began to hear a lot of things he said, even going down to the extent of personalizing it, talking about his family, where his wife is a pastor,
Yeah, we'll come to
and then
that.
yes, and all that. So what Abel Tinubu is doing is also strategy. The same way he had gone for a particular candidate he felt will allow him make inroads in the north. You know, one of the assumptions going by the permutation of what Nigerian politicians usually work with is that the north votes overwhelmingly. So anything you do, sometimes you see the north as the beautiful bride. So the choice Ahmed Bola Tinubu made was in line with that. He was thinking that not choosing a core Muslim or a Muslim from the core north, as they say, may actually dwindle his chances, and then he went for this man based on strategy as he best understood. I don't even know why all the back and forth, especially sometimes on the part of his party, to actually make this sell through. It is a choice they have made. They should be both to stand by it and then tell Nigerians what they are willing to offer. The only good thing about it is that he was actually trying to accommodate or show Christians that he would not be marginalizing them if elected. But I want to say something about 1993. You see, the reason why 1993 happened the way it happened was not because Nigerians embraced yes as at that time. Mind you, the most important thing was to have a transition. In 1992, it was cancelled. Elections were cancelled. The primary elections were cancelled. If you remember the days when Adamu Chiroma and Sheikh Musa Yar'Adua, the senior to let's say Omar Musa Yar'Adua, they were all in SDP. In fact, over 20 politicians were actually suspended or were banned from politicking. Yes, so Nigerians actually stampeded to that very exercise, not emphasizing again whether you are talking about Christian or Muslim. Let us have transition. We've had military interregnum for long, so that's by the way. But then, if you look at what Atiku was saying yesterday, again, he said, I'm talking about Atiku, the presidential hopeful of PDP. He said that this of the whole security agencies, 17 of them, almost all of them are Northerners, and then Muslims coming from the same part of the country and of the same faith. What does that tell you? It tells you that as it is now, Nigeria is skewed. So Tinibu's candidacy, you understand, may also be emphasizing the point that yes, it's all about one Muslim. It's all about Islam, even when it may not have been well so intended. You understand? So that is why Nigerians are complaining, and that is why you are seeing the grievances. Why? Because the way we are currently structured under Muhammad Buhari, everything seems to be about Muslim or you know. So when the incumbent party produced its candidates, both the presidential hopeful and the vice presidential hopeful, it added more fuel to the whole thing. So I feel yes, it's the conversation that should be actually had.
Okay, Council, are you saying there are no core Northerners who are Christians?
That is why people like us are quarreling with him. In the north, we have very many Christians from different parts of the north. States like Taraba, Niger, Nasarawa, parts of Adamawa, and also southern Kaduna boast of high population of Christians. Even Fulanis, who are Christians. I know Fulanis who are members of the Anglican Church to which I belong. The nomadic, there's a particular bishop in the Anglican Communion, we refer to him as the nomadic bishop. He is there just to attend, to evangelize to the Fulanis who are nomadic by nature. So we have them. To now suggest that you are choosing a northern Muslim as running mate because you don't think there are Christians in the north is to be, like I said before, being economical with the truth and being most unfair.
There are many more things you said about choosing the man he chose. So
yes.
we'll still come to that. But Tinibu dismissed the claims that he planned to Islamize Nigeria with his choice of Shetima.
Yeah, he has demonstrated it. There is no other way. You know, my people, the Ngwas, they will have some very powerful proverbs. One of them might not be very proper now on air to use it. Otherwise, I would have used it to show you that, you know, let me modify it. Like we will say, the little bee by the side of the palm wine pot has already had its food and the belly is swollen. If it now falls into the pot proper, filled with palm wine, what would happen? So by his antecedents, by his actions, he has demonstrated that he has very little or no regard for the Christian faith. And remember, that is playing out the script already put in place by his Oga, Muhammad Buhari. And Tinibu has promised us that he is going to continue the legacies of Buhari, which means marginalization of Christians, marginalization of Southerners. That is what this administration is already doing. And so if Tinibu is going to continue it, he has already demonstrated that that is what he's going to continue doing.
Okay, comrade, before you look into that, he also further said that if he cannot Islamize his family,
yes,
who are almost Christian, because if he's contesting within his family, he's bound to fail because they're all Christian.
Yeah.
How can he Islamize them?
Yes, I do not even